Well, it's hard to trace the beginning of us first coming together. It's like, we always hung around each other in one form or fashion. But far as identifying ourselves as Wu-Tang, that probably came in the early 90s. As far as there being a definite identification, what I'm saying? But we always was amongst each other in one form or fashion. Yeah, we grew up in the same neighborhood, what I'm saying, went to school together, some of us, what I'm saying, hung together, heard of each other in different forms. Some of us is family, cousins, what I'm saying? So we all was connected one way or another. Personally, me, the RZA, what I'm saying, I'm a common denominator to everybody in the clan. What I'm saying? They all definitely knew me. They didn't know each other. They all definitely knew me. I'm from Brooklyn and Shaolin, you know what I mean? So I grew up in Brooklyn and I grew up in Shaolin, back and forth. It's like that title came about, you know what I'm saying? It was like Wu-Tang was a well-known sword style of martial arts inside the Flex. I mean, they had many styles, mostly internal techniques, but their most elegant style was their sport technique. And then like I read the Bible and all that. It's like it tells you that out of Christ's mouth came a double-edged sword, and so it's like I just use that synonymous and metaphorically mix those together. You know what I'm saying? It's like Wu-Tang the sport style. I feel like nobody can mess with us lyrically. Like our tongue and our sport play of our double-edged sword, which is the tongue, is unmatchable and invincible. You know what I'm saying? And so Wu-Tang was the best way to describe it. Yeah, Into the 36 Chambers. Well, that's the title that I thought of, you know what I'm saying, Into the 36 Chambers, because it was 36 chambers that we was going into, you know what I'm saying? I mean, from whether you go to the pressure points of your body, it's 108 points, but 36 was struck a fatal. And if you was to measure the geometrical distance between them, you will come at 10 degrees between each of the fatal points, which will come up to 360. So this is all mental application of martial art. You know what I'm saying? That was being applied to this concept. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying, they may consider RZA to be the founder of it, but everybody agreed to the thought, and that's what brought it through. But basically, you know what I'm saying, yeah, like you were saying that the roles interchange because, it's like whatever needs to get done, if somebody's qualified to do it, then it gets done. You know, so there's always one amongst you who's going to be the best knower of a situation. Whereas, as far as musically, I was known to be as the best knower. You know what I'm saying? And these titles could change around where somebody else may grow to be the best knower. So whoever you're dealing with, it's always going to be somebody who is the best knower. And so we definitely have different functions or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's an everlasting circle. Guaranteed. We definitely feed off each other. Well, the core members are the members that is already well known. As far as extended members, you mean like far as like for instance you got True Master, Fourth Disciple, Killer Army, Sons of Man, Grave Diggers. Yeah, as far as that extension, the extension is growing. There's a lot of brothers who we grew up with, I'm saying, that's always been around us, but haven't been into the immediate circle for one reason or another. But they always was there. They Wu-Tang also. They live and think how we think and see and agree to what we agree to. I guess the only way you can see a female, I mean, it definitely has been more of a man thing. I mean, you may have somebody do that, like for instance, like it's people that's been involved with our organization on the business side that may not be involved with us as much nowadays. They may try to make people try to get gimmicky with this stuff, the Wu Venoms or the Wu this or the Wu that and the Wu this and all those type of things. But that's not Wu. Yeah, we basically still debating on the title, but the working title, which I thought of, is the 8 diagrams. That's the title that I like, but it would take an agreement. It would take a majority agreement for us to go with that title. From the way of thinking, it's like the 8 diagrams is related to the 8 trigrams of the I Ching, but it's also those trigrams form 64 different hexagrams. It's like, and that's similar to the 64 squares on your chessboard, to the year 64 when the God was really revealed to who God was to the people. I mean, there's many relationships to it. That's why I see it like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, it relates to the first side because after you went through the chambers, and then we bringing you through a way of calculating it. You know what I mean? Like I can't explain it all in this one interview. it started conceptual, but it's definitely hip hop. So it got concepts in it. It's a song on there called Impossible that shows, that's kind of like a peak of it right there. That shows the emotional, like the internal, us revealing how we feel inside and what we see and revealing it to the people. So, it's definitely concepts to it, but I think it's also a straight hip hop album. As of date, 22 songs should be on there. There were not. I don't think there would be any singles. Said because we put this project together as a whole. This is one whole. You need to take the whole thing and absorb it. To dissect it into singles and make this to that. We gonna say it ain't gonna work like that. Nah, it ain't. Yeah, this ain't the same old hip hop stuff, man. Same old corniness you've been getting for the last 2 years for these people that make people think that this is what it's all about. This is all about this glamour and glitching of these bitches. It ain't that. You know what I'm saying? This is one unit of sound right there that got to be considered as one. The only other producers that we work with is producers that's been around us for a period of time. Producers that's been studying what we deal with. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got. Let's say some people will consider these producers my students. You know what I'm saying? People who did a knowledge of what I was doing and then brought it to a greater understanding. You see what I'm saying? Once everything goes from knowledge and born, it comes back, but then it goes into a higher form each time. So it's like, whereas even through the lyrics or through the music, people can hear what we do, and from what we do, they're able to advance themselves. And the producers who've been directly around us have been hearing things that haven't been heard to the public, and many other things, and they have developed their own style. You know what I'm saying? With a Wu-Tang foundation that was just, all it's going to do is expand Wu-Tang further. Those producers are the Fourth Disciple, True Master, you know what I'm saying, Law Mathematics. You know what I'm saying, those are the main ones that's coming with that formula. And Inspector Deck also is getting inside the production well. Nah, but far as release, I probably released over 150 tracks. It was from life. You know what I'm saying, I'm inspired through life. But I also realized that I stimulate light and matter. I stimulate this world and the things around me to activate to be what they be. You see what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I get driven on vengeance. Like I don't like when I hear other people come out with weakness and just be successful with it. So I go and counterattack that. Or I just want to be the best sometimes. But right there, it's like I felt like, you know what I'm saying, that I shined. I got other brothers inside my camp that's been there for years, over 5 years and more. And it's time for them to come out and shine and show them, and show people that how you see Wu-Tang came through with a lot of different MCs with lyrical content. We got a lot of producers that's just as dope as our MCs. And there's no other crew of producers that can hang with us. Just like there's no other crew of lyricists that can hang with us. It's hard to explain what it is, but it's not no sample like that. You know what I'm saying? It may be one note of something that could be changed to anything. Well, I use samples like if you check my albums, 80% of my music is non-sample, and maybe 20% has been sampled. And whatever I sample was something that was either in my field of thinking or real soulful in my frame of mind. I don't sample anything because it was a hit one day, and I want to try to make it a remake. You know what I mean? So I'm very selective on samples. But most of my sounds is a bunch of noises. Most of my beats is a bunch of different noises put together over heavy drums. It's ever changing and ever altering. There's no set formula. The only set formula to it is a formula that me and my producers understands. You know what I'm saying? That's just a pattern of how you play it. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, there's no set formula to what comes first, what comes last. Maybe do the drums, maybe not do the drums. Yeah, I'm the best in the world. I am one of the best lyricists in the world. If it's 5 of them, I'm amongst that 5. Yeah, well, as far as the team, as far as input for the lyrics, the input that we have towards each other lyrics is that we don't allow somebody to come weak. We will sit there and criticize each other. So the criticism is what makes us all strong amongst the lyrics, and also the competition internally. Yes, have some creative input into it. More like I have meetings like it's a person brother named Ola who's handling it for Loud RCA. I told him some ideas I had to make it work, and he took the ideas and he's going to take his potential, which is a great computer potential, one of the best I've seen in my life. And he's going to take that thought and make it reality. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing we do, is that we got the power to impregnate people with ideas. You know, I feel this, you know, for the people who listen to this, I know fans like to see pictures of people. They like to do that, and they like to worship things. But I think that, you know, it's been enough of that painting of a picture to people. We dealing with sound right here. You know what I'm saying? When we came out with the first album, we didn't put no pictures on our album cover. You know what I'm saying? We was covered. Our faces was covered. And that was the mystery of it all. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the voice and the sound that you could not even identify who was who. You know what I'm saying? But you enjoyed it more. And you could picture your own mind of who it is. It's just like a superhero. Or like how radio was in the old days when the kids used to listen to Superman on the radio. It wasn't no cartoon, it was just a radio show. But just they sit there and listen to it all day and let their own imagination arrive with them. Or when you read a story, a novel with no pictures inside the book, picture who's the actress or who's the artist or who's the person performing the feats in the book. I think that's always better than to put these pictures up of people that people going to start worshiping you, an icon you, and also identifying you and classifying you and naming you as something. I don't like the pictures. I'd rather just see my logo. When they see the W, it's official. It's the woo. It's the witty, unpredictable talent and natural game. It's the wise, the wisdom universe. You know what I'm saying? The truth of Allah with the nation of gods that's coming through to you right there. And that's why I'd rather it be like that. But, you know, I'm into a business where they want to use all likenesses of you, as the contract says. Yeah, man, the W, man, that wisdom. That W is for wisdom, man. We giving you wisdom right there. Wisdom, yes. We're giving you that in a high form. I have limited input. Not that I couldn't have more input, but that's not my world right there to clothing. What I did for Wu-Wear, me personally, I may tell them how, like, my pants to get cut, because I wear my pants a certain way, and I'm quite sure some people could adapt to that. One idea that I recently gave to Wu-Wear was that we should have a line of clothes for each member to more fit their style and to fit their fans. You may hear individually, you may hear different visions from different brothers. As a whole, the vision is just to live out righteousness, man, to make more people see the truth of themselves, not the truth about us, or the truth about somebody else, the truth of yourself. Because we came out representing ourselves and being ourselves, and we the ones that came out telling everybody to keep it real with reality, so reality can keep it real with you. And they took it as a slogan, as a slang, and they used it. And everybody said, "I'm just keeping it real, just keeping it real." But now they became more phonier than ever. In order to get reality, you must first have real, and we just deal with realism, the truth. So the ultimate goal for Wu-Tang is just to conquer all that bullshit. The next Wu-Tang album should be due to return to the year 2000. And that probably come through with a comment to follow. Not a comic, a comment. We're going to drop that, then they're going to drop the earthquakes and all the pestilence and all that shit's going to happen the same day. We're going to set off the new world. Well, you got a string of artists coming out from our camp. You got Capadonna coming with his album. The Grave Diggers coming with an LP. You got Killer Army LP. You got Sons of Man LP. 12 O'Clock LP. Killer Priest. Method 12 O'Clock. That's he's on Old Dirty's album. He's on Def Jam. He's hype. So he's been around us for, that's my cousin first of all, but also he's been around Wu-Tang. If you watch a lot of our old videotapes and concerts, you'll see him on stage backing us up when Dirty wasn't there, doing Old Dirty parts and stuff like that. He's hype. You got Meth coming with a new album, Dirty with a new album. So some stuff would be concentrated on my label. You know, so I'm gonna handle whatever I can handle. You know, some stuff would be on other labels and they will handle whatever they can handle.